Welcome to a deep dive into the future of learning to code. You know that stack of articles you gave us about coding boot camps versus AI tutors? Well, get ready because we're going beyond the hype today to break down not just how to code, but how we learn anything in this crazy, fast-paced world.
It really is fascinating, isn't it? We're seeing traditional education challenged in real time. On one side, you've got boot camps everywhere, laser focused on getting you job ready fast. And then there's AI tutors promising personalized learning, kind of like a 24/7 coding coach in your pocket. But can they actually deliver? That's the question. Let's find out.
Okay, so we've got to start with this boot camp boom. It's like everyone and their mother wants to be a coder now, and these boot camps have exploded as
Yes.
like the quick and dirty path to a tech career.
Yeah, and when I say quick and dirty, I mean intense. We're talking 12 to 24 weeks, totally immersed, all coding all the time. One article I read talked about students building functional web applications by like week 3. It's insane. It's like cramming years of university learning into a pressure cooker. But they have career services built right in.
So not only are you learning super fast, you're networking like crazy too. It's almost like boot camps are the social butterflies of coding education, all about the in-person energy and collaboration.
Absolutely. But let's not forget about those AI tutors and the cool factor there. Imagine your coding buddies in your pocket, ready to help debug your code at 3:00 a.m. These AI tutors, they're using some pretty serious tech behind the scenes, like natural language processing and machine learning algorithms, to personalize the learning experience. Pretty cool stuff.
It's wild. And you know what else is exciting? The potential for increased accessibility. This could make coding education so much more affordable, opening doors for people all over the world who might not have had a chance otherwise. That's a huge global impact.
Oh, definitely a game changer for accessibility, no question. But if we're going to really understand what the future of learning to code looks like, we've got to compare these two head to head. Let's break down the learning experience itself.
Okay, so with boot camps, you're diving headfirst into the deep end. You're right there with other motivated people, feeding off that energy, learning by doing, real-time collaboration, high stakes, immersive, like learning to swim by getting thrown into a lake.
With AI tutors, it's more like having a personal swimming instructor, someone who can tailor the lessons to your own pace and style. You can dive deeper into areas you need more help with, without the pressure of keeping up with an entire class.
But let's talk about flexibility for a second. Boot camps are kind of like, getting on a roller coaster. You're strapped into that set curriculum, moving at a predetermined pace with everyone else.
Right, and that structure really works for some people. It's very motivating. There's that shared experience, the camaraderie that comes with that intensity. But AI tutors are more like a choose-your-own-adventure, but for coding. You want to explore a specific framework, or maybe master some niche programming language. An AI tutor can handle that. It adapts to what you want to learn at your speed.
It's like having your own custom curriculum, which I guess brings us to another important thing. Cost. Boot camps, well, let's be real, they can be pretty expensive.
Yeah, they can put a serious dent in your bank account, that's for sure. They justify the price tag by offering the immersive experience, the career services, the networking. But then you have AI tutors, which are looking pretty good on the affordability front. Making coding education accessible to more people, that's a big deal.
Speaking of accessibility, one of the articles mentioned a company, Academy. They're doing something pretty interesting in this space, trying to bridge that gap between boot camps and AI tutors, taking the best of both worlds.
Oh yeah, Academy, they stood out to me too. What's really interesting is how focused they are on those big tech interviews, the FAAing interviews, for Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google.
Those tech giants, right. Everyone wants to work for them. But Academy, they don't just teach the technical stuff, they actually help you with the interview process itself.
Exactly. They even have AI-powered interview prep, which I think is brilliant. A secret weapon to help you land that dream job in tech.
Sounds like they're really onto something. But, this all feels bigger than just boot camps or AI tutors. It's like a fundamental shift in education, how it's evolving.
You can say that again. This isn't just about coding anymore. This is about how technology is totally changing the way we learn, period. We're going to see a lot more of these blended learning models where AI is enhancing traditional classrooms and online platforms. They're going to create these really cool virtual communities and personalized learning. That's going to be the norm, not some exception.
Imagine that. Education that's actually designed for you. It adapts to you, your strengths, weaknesses, interests. It's exciting, but also kind of, a little intimidating.
It's a whole new world of learning.
Yeah.
But every challenge brings new opportunities, right? So maybe instead of asking, what's the future of coding education, the real question is, how is technology going to reshape the way we learn anything?
Yeah.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Okay, so we've got these big trends all happening at once. We've got AI getting bigger and better, this massive demand for tech skills, and everyone wants more personalized learning. So what's the bottom line? How does this affect the future of coding education? What do you think? Any predictions?
Well, imagine this, okay? AI-enhanced boot camps.
Yeah.
You still have that in-person experience, the connections you make, but now you've got these intelligent systems in the mix, personalizing everything, tracking how you're doing, giving you help when you need it most, like having a personal AI tutor built right into the boot camp.
That's pretty cool. Almost like a personalized coach to help you get through those crazy intense weeks. But what about people who don't want a classroom, people who want to learn on their own time? What happens to them?
That's where these virtual cohorts come in. Think about it. You join this online community,
Hmm.
global, right? Everyone's working on the same curriculum, but at their own pace, and they've got these AI tutors providing support along the way. And get this, you can even have human instructors who like drop in for live Q&As, group projects, mentoring moments.
So it's like you get the best of both worlds, human connection and personalized learning. And you can be anywhere in the world. We were talking about Algo Academy earlier. It's like they're just starting to figure out how powerful this hybrid approach can be.
100%. We're going to see a lot more platforms that blend boot camps, online learning, and AI personalization. Imagine one platform that takes you from complete beginner to coding pro. You've got your personalized learning plan, skill assessments, and even connections to jobs. It's like the one-stop shop for your coding journey.
Wow. Zero to hero, all in one. That's really something. But it's not just about getting that first job. Tech changes so fast. How do we keep up?
Lifelong learning, my friend.
Yeah.
These platforms, they'll evolve as you do. You might start with basic tutorials and then move on to more advanced stuff. You'd have access to all the latest tools, new resources, everything you need to keep your skills fresh.
So it's less about cramming everything in at once and more about finding a path to keep learning and growing. Okay, here's a thought. What if this hybrid approach changes how we measure skills, how we know if someone's got what it takes?
Now you're talking. Forget degrees. What if your coding skills were evaluated based on the projects you build, the real-world problems you solve, even the stuff you contribute to open source projects? It's like a living portfolio that shows what you can actually do.
That's a huge change. Think how different education and hiring would be. Employers wouldn't need to rely on resumes and degrees anymore. They could look at what people can actually do.
Exactly. It's about recognizing and rewarding real talent. And it doesn't matter where you come from or if you've got a fancy degree.
So to sum it up, the future of learning to code isn't just about learning how to code, it's bigger than that. It's about changing how we learn, how we prove our skills, and how we make the tech world a more fair and equal place for everyone. That's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It really is.
Yeah.
It all comes down to giving people the tools and the skills they need to succeed in a world that's driven by technology. Boot camps, AI tutors, maybe some crazy new hybrid model we haven't even thought of yet. It doesn't matter. The point is, we have to be open to new ideas, adapt to the changes coming our way, and never stop exploring the amazing possibilities that technology offers.
Well said. One thing's for sure. The future of coding education is looking bright. It's an incredible time to be learning, with all these new approaches making tech skills more accessible and fun than ever. So if you're curious about coding, check out some of the things we talked about today. You never know, you might just surprise yourself and discover a passion you didn't even know you had. The most important thing is to find the learning style that works best for you and to embrace the journey of learning and growing.